This is actually sort of an interesting thing because I remember this in other lives now. See, I remember other lives from the perspective of watching it, being it, observing it, almost like the person watching a movie with all the characters, and you can be any of the characters. But I do it, and I come back to being me in a normal everyday life. So my memories that are in my body, my skin holds and my bones hold, the stuff that doesn't seem to make sense to other people. But as I tell you stuff that and how it shows up in your life from your mind projecting it, you'll be mind blown. Like, there is no thing between time and space. Like, you're right here and you think of something, something is producing it over there in another galaxy, and it's coming to you if you believe it enough. But don't do that. So, and I'm sure most people won't do that because they won't have the time to sit there and concentrate on it. It'll just come around eventually. But if you can't control your thoughts, it'll eventually come back somehow, maybe in a video game, maybe somewhere else. But those are usually able to be relayed to someone else through a video game because then they'll see it too and then they'll project. So what you need to do is, everything is an astral projection. You're never not astral projecting. When you sleep and you think you astral project, you think you lucid dream, you've got to be kidding yourself if you think you lucid dream or astral project if you don't realize that that's what you're doing all the time. And when you sleep, that's the only time you're really astral projecting, because if you shut off when you sleep, it's the only time you're really astral projecting. You're taking your astral out of your body completely so that it can relax. Because when you're astral projecting from the body, your astral part leaves, your astral body leaves, but your physical body still it's tied to it. And some people say the silver string or the white string. I don't need a silver string or a white string. That's just a mental thing for people who are afraid to get hurt. And most people that do that, who figure it out, are afraid to get hurt. So, I understand why. It's fine. I've never had one because it happened for me on its own. I didn't try. I just did it. And I wish I could hear some other people saying some things that made more sense, because nobody's making any sense anymore. They're talking about past civilizations and stuff. Like, if you want to know anything about any of them, I can tell you all of it. But the point is, as soon as a person asks me, and I start telling them, and they start secondary belief systeming me with their, wow, this is cool, but that can't be. Oh no, I heard this. The one thing that comes up that changes their mind about it will deter them from listening to me. So, like today, I was talking to this dude, Terry, that I work with, and I was saying all this kind of stuff that, like, really, like, I could tell he was really, I could see his mind opening. And he looked at me like, wow. But then I said, you know, like, because your name's Terry, it's going to indicate that you either have a very big ego, a very big status, or a very big body, either muscle or heavy. And he's very heavy. And I'm like, and you're a heavy guy, nothing to put against you. And as soon as I said that, he's like, well, I have lost some weight. And I actually have done Reiki on him from afar. Him, Scott, Rob. But he's happier and he's nicer, so he's receiving of me. That just means that he listens to me when I talk. The other guys, when I talk to them, they may hear it, but then they just let it go. Terry hears what I'm saying a little bit deeper, and it only registers for a few seconds, but that stuff is the different stuff that his brain hasn't heard, so it gobbles it up. When I give you a new thought in your mind, it gobbles it up, and it'll last there a lot longer than something that was just something you're remembering that you've done a bunch of times. What was on that show that we watched the other day? Oh, he, like, went to this place and busted this guy, but I don't remember what the guy looked like, and then there's these people were there, and they had henchmen, blah, blah, blah. Something you've seen a billion times, but if it's something that opens your mind, you can hear it one time, and it's going to open your mind like, whoa, and you can remember it a little bit easier. But if you don't hear it enough, or you get scared and back away, or you're not brave enough to stand up and tell the truth, then you're going to be like, oh, I'll just not pay attention and ignore that. I just had my mind blown, and if I listened to this guy, I could get my mind blown over and over, because he told me something that was true, and I'm heavy, and people aren't supposed to be like that. When they say, hey, Terry, I can help you lose weight, but I could do it with you, with using your own mind, by you letting me tell you. I can't tell you if you're not observant. I can tell you without you listening, but then I know it's just going in like, it's just bing-bonging around in your head for a minute, and then it's leaving. And that happens. I'll see obesity go on a rise in the world. I've seen that happen too. But I've already done Reiki for Terry, and he's lost weight, so he's not going to be thinking about gaining weight unless he starts going overeating. I know all these things. So, like, when I said that, just because I said the thing about his weight, he totally stopped paying attention. So, I was talking to my mom about stuff, and she's worried about her brother, Uncle Tom, and my dad's feeling cranky and sick because I feel great on my birthday, and it's my birthday. My brother Brian has chaos, and my dad has chaos. chaos. My mom has chaos because of them having chaos. Even though I'm having a great time, I'm safe. She doesn't have to worry about me anymore. So I'm like, woo, Mom, I'm great. So that like makes her feel like almost a little bad. She's smiling and crying at the same time because she feels bad for them, and it's just one of those days. And I'm like, Mom, you're telling yourself it's one of those days. And she doesn't want to hear that when she's crying. Her emotions are hurt. And I know she doesn't want to hear that. But how can I say that softer? Instead of being like, Mom, I'm just saying, these kind of things these are challenges that people set up for themselves. Yes, a little bit of it is you projecting it onto them. It's not me. The thing would be, if you don't believe in what I'm saying, then that's one thing, to a certain level. But if you do believe in what I'm saying, and you worry about your brother, on a certain level, you're affecting him. You're sending energy his way, and that will harm him. And then, you can easily do things opposite to heal. And if you say to somebody, hey, you can actually change your whole life if you stop watching things, eating things, doing things, and hanging out with people that do the bad things. Not that it's horrible, just say like, hey, let's do something different for a while, and if they don't, then just slowly dwindle yourself away, But other than that, don't be like, yeah, I'm not going to hang out with you anymore because you smoke. Something, it's not like that. I'm saying like, deeper than that. Be deep. Have feelings. That's the point. I mean, I tell my dad, you're stuck in this thing where you feel upset and you're cranky. Is turning on the TV, watching a crime drama about some bad guys who are bad to people and some good guy who's going to save the day, although he's a dick and he talks like a jerk to people, like, is that going to make anybody think anything good? No, it's not. Especially if you're not going, well, I'm just watching this and it's not anything good and it's not even real. Or else you wouldn't watch it, because then you would tell yourself it's not real. What's the point of watching something you're totally disagreeing with? Nothing. Anything you watch shows who you are on the inside. And if you're one of those people who's like, I don't watch it, it's just on. I'm like, then turn it off and put on something else that you don't pay attention to that's got something good of a message and have that just on. Why wouldn't you? Because I don't want to be looked at as somebody who's silly. Well, you project your world. You'll see what happens. And I'm not trying to harm anybody. I'm trying to tell them the truth without any lies. No lies. I got rid of the lies. And that's it. No more. Love you guys. Until next time, peace.